Welcome to the Stock Market Morning Prep video for Thursday, November 13th. Mixed bag yesterday in the indices. Dow Jones down 270, Nasdaq up 1458, S&P down $1.43, and Russell up 651. So we still get that mixed pitch, but overall the price action was very subdued, very quiet, and we've been getting this movement for the last 2 weeks now. We consolidate for 3 or 4 days. We gap up, and then we pretty much stay there for 3 or 4 days. And then again, a big push into the close, short covering. The markets are looking for direction. I do think the path of least resistance would be up to the upside. But when you have an extended market like this, and we've seen this many times before, markets will sell off for a few days and then rally back, 6, 7, 8 days after. So we have a crazy market, and we are extended, but that does not mean that we look to short the market without some sort of a trigger. So what do? Well, we have to be patient, and we have to look for the best trade setups. And really, it is choppy out there. I mean, the last 2 weeks, the markets have not really given us anything, unless you're a buy and hold guy and you buy something 2 weeks ago and you still have it, and you're doing really well. But if you're trading intraday, it's a little quiet out there. Take a look at the S&P weekly chart. Here's the Spiders weekly. Just wanted to show you realistically where we've came from touching this this lower trend line at 180 to now over 203 in, now let's see, this will be the fourth week straight up. I mean, so you could see the volume here literally tapering off every week as we go by. So that's not really a great sign, but again, volume has been lighter than usual. But still, you like to see volume confirming this move. And now here is the daily chart, and you can see where we gap up. We really don't move too much. We gap up again, have a little bit of price action, gap up, and we have these little gaps. And then we had this stagnant move here, and this was the gap up Friday, October 31st. And so now we're just sitting here for the last 8, 9 trading days, really doing nothing intraday. And I showed you that 5-minute chart. You could see it. We consolidate 3, 4 days, we gap up, and then we consolidate again, and we gap up again, without that stair-step movement. Higher lows, higher lows. That's really what you want to see. But when you have something like this, it's just a very, very boring price action. You really don't get too much. So here's the 30-minute chart, and as you know, we like to see it's the Bollinger Band, and that's what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. We had a gap up, and then we have now another 3 days sideways consolidation, where the markets tag the high of the day, and we make new all-time highs again. And then, of course, the pundits come out and say, hey, look what's happening. We're making new highs. But it really is nothing to write home about. It's very, very quiet. So here's the bigger picture here. If you look at a 30-minute, as we sold off, and then, of course, we gap back up again. And you can see this is really not great price action here. As a trader, you definitely want to see some bigger moves. And less of consolidating and more trending, whether it be up and or down. All right, so here's a daily shot of the diamonds, and we have the diamonds here. Put in a doji, came back down. We were selling off early on, and then sure enough, we pushed back higher again. No volume, as you can see, and we're way away from our 8 and 20 and 50 moving average. So even if we were to come back, I'm still looking for a push anywhere close to the 20-day moving average between now and the end of the year. Transports, what can you say? Defying gravity here. Continue to move up. Virtually almost every day we have a positive day in the transports. So that is a very good sign if you're a bull. And when the transports are moving higher, you have the Russell moving higher now. That just solidifies that we do have some strength in the markets. But without a pullback, you'd like to see something at least come in and make some sort of a flag and then bounce up again. So that would kind of unwind some of the overboard reading, and then also that gives you a little bit of pent-up demand where we have new buying coming in. But when you have this, and you see this, it's just literally virtually no movement in the last 5, 6 days. And I mentioned that we had a nice bull flag here. And on lower volume, which this is one of the indexes that actually took a little bit of a breather, which is nice to see. And then we broke out of that bull flag, and now we're breaking out of this little consolidation area here. Just get that right up in that area. We're just about there. So if we take this out today, then we're going to be looking to challenge the highs, which would be right up in this area here. So Russell starting to come back into play with the transports. That's a very good sign. And also, as you can see here, the Qs have been stagnant pretty much most of this whole gap up here on Friday. So we're just sitting here patiently waiting now for another break to the upside. Now, if we do break to the upside, I got to continue to say, use caution here, guys. Anything could happen. Look, we all know that we have the Santa Claus rally that should be in place. We also know that the hedge funds and money managers have underperformed in the third quarter, and now they're chasing performance. We all know that. So I do expect the markets to continue to move higher, but I also would like to see a little bit of a pullback before we can get really aggressive here in the markets that we're dealing with, okay? So keep that in mind. Let's see what happens today and going into Friday. And then, next week is a new week, and we're getting closer to that holiday season. So we have a good week of trading next week, and then, of course, we go into the following week will be that Thanksgiving week. So let's see what happens here, guys. I'd love to see a little bit of a pullback and then really challenge those market highs again. Have a great day.